Good morning and welcome to the DFL Daily. Richard Carlbaum here, chair of the Minnesota Democratic Farmer Labor Party. Happy Precinct Caucus Day to all of us who celebrate. Tonight is the night. Neighbors will gather all across the state to meet at for caucuses at 7 p.m. Registration, of course, starts at 6:30. I know many of you are going to be leading your precinct caucuses, and we'll be setting up probably around 6. I thank you all for the work you do to make sure that this democracy can proceed. We've been building towards this moment for weeks, and it's never been more important for Minnesotans to show up. Later on in the episode, we'll pull back in a familiar face to talk about caucuses, but let's get right to it. Over the past few weeks, Minnesotans have stepped up in extraordinary ways. I don't need to tell all of you that. You've been stepping up yourselves. Tens of thousands of Minnesotans have been peacefully protesting in the streets. Many thousands more have been keeping their communities safe through organizing, be it grocery runs or patrolling a preschool. This is important. We've already shown the world how to stand up to these wannabe authoritarians. Organize peacefully, protect your neighbors, tell the truth, record the proof. Tonight, that community power transforms into political action. As I said, 0 days. It's 0 days until precinct caucuses are here. They're here tonight. Tonight, we kick off the road to Rochester, our state convention, and the 2026 endorsement process together. There's a spotlight on Minnesota from across the country and, frankly, the world. We've been doing interviews with folks like the BBC and stuff like that to understand what the current retribution campaign and what impact that has on our precinct caucuses. The Trump administration has targeted our state, our voter rolls, through federal funding cuts, and obviously has put our public safety at risk. But that's exactly why tonight matters. Minnesota, this moment shows how we can stand up for one another. We need to attend our precinct caucuses tonight. Now, I want to focus where that leaves us for tonight. I hope all of you are attending your precinct caucuses, or you've submitted your non-attendee form or plan to have a trusted friend bring it. Make sure that you participate. To help us understand the lay of the land, please welcome back Sonia Johnson, our party affairs director. Welcome back to the call, Sonia.
Hey, everybody. It's good to see you all again. Thank you, Melissa. Also, I saw the shout out in the chat, so I appreciate that.
Awesome. So, Sonia, walk us through tonight.
Yeah, so the big things tonight is we're going to have some really amazing volunteers setting up and getting things ready. It's going to look a little different depending on where you are in the state or how your unit is organizing it, but the basics are going to be the same tonight. When you get there, you're going to need to register. We just need some basic information so we know who you are and that you're affirming you can be there, which most folks can be as long as you live in that precinct or that area and you are going to be at least 18 by the election or 16 for some of our business you can participate at by the next election. But after we register, it's just going into a meeting and having a community meeting. You're going to elect folks to be delegates to your organizing unit convention. You're going to elect precinct officers. You're going to consider resolutions. You're going to hear what issues are important to your community, and you're going to vote on which ones you want to pass to your next level, your organizing unit convention. So that's kind of the big stuff that's going to happen, but it all just starts with showing up, registering, and then being part of the meeting that's going to be led by some awesome conveners and folks who have volunteered to take that lead.
That's great. Thanks, Sonia. What are you looking forward to most?
I love precinct caucus night because I love when people get involved. I want everybody to be involved in the party processes. I don't think a lot of people realize that you just have to attend 2 meetings to be on the top governing body of the party. A lot of folks think political parties are these big secret organizations. But if you attend caucus night and you go to your organizing unit convention and you're elected at your organizing unit convention to go to the state convention, you're on the highest governing body of our party. So I think it's really cool opportunity for folks to get to have a say in our party and to really participate directly in democracy in a way we don't normally get to do.
That's great. What would you say to folks who want to come in person but are kind of scared too?
I think there's a couple things I'd say. One, for just kind of the nature of our world right now is a little bit scary, but a lot of folks have shown themselves to be really brave. To try and help you not have to be as brave, we've trained over 9,000 constitutional observers. We've given legal guidance and we have resources that are legal resources that we've given to our local organizations. We've tried to give them as many resources as we could to help them be set up for success. But also, you're not doing this alone. Ultimately, these are community meetings. They're times for our community to come together and define what they think our party should look like going forward. And so you don't have to do this alone. You're going to be part of a lot of folks. I'm hearing a lot of interest in coming from to caucuses. A lot of people are excited, and I think there's power in those numbers. There's power in engagement. And I think that's going to be the thing that'll help us push through.
Awesome. Any last reminders for folks?
Yeah, please come. We want everybody who's there. These are a lot more exciting when we get to fill those positions. It's again, it's that cool night where you get to actually meet your neighbors, find out who the other Democrats are in your neighborhood. That's pretty cool some days. And actually be able to really take a stand for what you want to see the Minnesota DFL be. This is where we start. So thank you all for all the work, also for all the volunteers on here. Thank you. You've put in so much work to get caucuses prepared. We could not do this without the work of our local leaders. So thank you all for those who have stepped up and will continue to step up tonight. That's what makes our party so strong.
Well said. Well said, Sonia. And I see that people in the chat are like organizing in real time around resolutions and helping each other out. So I love to see that as well. Okay, so here's your call to action. Go attend your precinct caucuses tonight. Registration starts at 6:30. The meetings will kick off at 7. The preference ballot for the gubernatorial race will be open from 6:30 to at least 8 p.m. Please show up. Please vote in that preference ballot. Based on the returns, that's how we're going to have the early numbers of how many people attended precinct caucuses. So I want everybody who can to vote in that preference ballot for governor. If you don't have a plan, make one. If your friends, family, or neighbors don't have a plan to help them make one as well. Bring a friend or two to caucuses tonight. It's a neighborhood meeting. Bring your neighbor. Show up together. We have strength in numbers. You can confirm your caucus location using the Secretary of State's caucus finder. We'll drop that in the chat. And then you can always review caucus and safety resources at dfl.org/caucus. Just commit to showing up. Minnesota, we need you right now to show up in person if you can, or submit that non-attendee form if you can. On caucus night, Minnesota can show the entire country whose eyes are on us what it's like when community power meets democracy. See you all tonight at 7 p.m. for precinct caucuses. We have 0 days until caucus night because it's here. Today's the first day that we launch our road to Rochester and we launch our endorsement process. We have 273 days left to go until the November 2026 elections. Let's go win this thing. See you all tomorrow.